What's going on, everybody? Zen in here from Car Guys Garage. February 1st. You know what? I've been slacking on the YouTubes, but it's winter out. I can't really do much. It's too cold outside to do anything. So I've been really slacking on the YouTubes, and I should do more and more of these videos. But I'll tell you the truth. The past 6 months have sucked. Not so much business-wise, but just meeting my deadlines, meeting my goals, getting orders out, getting them completed in a good time frame has been very, very, very challenging. And I can sit here and blame COVID. COVID has been a big reason why, shutdowns, lockdowns, shipping times, getting stuff to me has been really delayed. Some of the suppliers that I use have gone, unfortunately, out of business. So that's a struggle as well. And some of the manufacturers that I use for little things like screws and bolts and nuts and washers, they're behind as well because they have their own things that they have to worry about. And because I buy as much as I can produced in Canada or the US, well, obviously every little state and every little province is following different protocols when it comes to the lockdown. So everything is just out there and it's just a big mess. But COVID only goes so far. I could only blame COVID for some of the delays. Some of the delays, well, most of the delays are because of my physical well-being. I didn't want to make a video about this. I posted it on my website last week, just saying that I'm going through I have a couple ailments that I need to take care of. And just out of respect to myself and for privacy reasons, I'm not going to talk about the big things. I'm going to talk about the one big thing that is not stopping my business, but is forcing me to change my business, because that's what I have to do now. Unfortunately, I have to change my business. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going anywhere. I'm still here. I'm still going to be making everything. I'm still going to be producing all the stuff that I do. It's just I'm going to start taking the business in a new direction that I didn't think I'd ever go in. And because of my physical disability, I guess you could call it, I have to turn around and do that. So for the people who've been here since day one, I tore my chest, my pec, and my shoulder a while ago, and it hasn't healed properly. It hasn't regained the strength, all the tendons and all. I have use and I have mobility and I have all that, but the strength just isn't there and it's not coming back. And with the lockdowns and everything, going to get an x-ray, going to get an MRI, going to go talk to a specialist has been very hard. Going to physio has been hard here and there as well. So the last time that it was left off is that I could have surgery. Surgery may or may not, they might be able to go in there and repair whatever is going on. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not even going to get into the wording and all that stuff. But the nerves and the tendons and all that stuff. So because of this, long story short, I have use of my arm, but using it for extended periods of time. And when I say extended periods of time, I mean like half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I can't rake the grass anymore. Going out and shoveling for 5 minutes is just not good for me. I haven't worked out in God knows how long. I do my physio and stuff, but that's not working out. That's not slinging, 60-pound dumbbells or benching 230, 245. I haven't been doing any of that, and I stopped doing all that to heal, and I haven't healed. And maybe after all this COVID stuff is behind us, I could go back and refocus and see what my options are. But for now, I've chosen to stop the way that I'm doing my business now and to go into a new direction and make a few changes, which are going to be improvements as well, and take it from there. So, a little backstory. When I go outside and I work on the lathe, everything is done by hand, right? Using the machine, threading, all that good stuff, cutting holes, boring holes, all that is done by hand. And I have a very hard time using my right arm for those extended period of time. I get the shakes after using it for like half an hour. And that's very dangerous when I'm trying to sand a shift knob and stuff. When you have the shakes and you're near the chuck, it's very dangerous. And there was a time there, for the people who have seen on, I posted on my stories, I think, I had a little slip and I banged up my hand pretty bad. That was because of what I've been experiencing and going through. So the big change right now is that I'm not going to stop making custom stuff. I'm still going to do resin. Resin is a lot easier for me to do because wood and resin is way more forgiving than stainless and aluminum, okay? Stainless is up there. Aluminum is, not as bad, but resin is really, really easy for me to work on. So I'll still be doing those. I'll still be carving those manually on the lathe and making those. I'll still be doing custom shift knobs where, like, if you want a groove in a sphere, or you want it to be knurled, or you want this, or you want to change the taper and all that, I'll still be doing that. Obviously, the big change is going to CNC. So I started posting about my CNC lathe not too long ago. You'll see more and more videos about the machine doing its thing and going about its business. So I will be producing more and more stuff using CNC machinery. And this is because I physically cannot stand at the lathe anymore doing it by hand. I can't. Also, the good part about this is that I have that much many more orders. I'm more busy. So going the route of creating shift knobs using the CNC, I'll be able to produce quicker, and I'll be able to actually put stuff on a shelf and have stock, so that when you order something and I have 30 spheres made and half of them are uncoated and you wanted a specific color, all I got to do is order up the powder, get it in, spray it. Hopefully it's good, polish it, send it out, and things should improve like that. So that's actually one of the good things that is coming out of all this, is that yes, it's going to be CNC, but that's a good business move because it's going to free up some of my time, and it's going to allow me to expand and produce more and more items. And that's really what I'm really excited about. Even though things suck, 2020 sucked, having this injury sucks, spending the amount of money that I have lately sucks, but this is all, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully, and we will hopefully get there. And if not, well, then I'll have another video talking about how I'm going to have to change things again, or I'm going to have to do things differently. So big thing, going CNC. I will be focusing more on you guys as customers, doing custom work here at my house/shop, doing installs, creating things that are one-off that you guys want. If you want a window vent a different way, you could have that. If you want a rad support a different way, you could have that. You want your fender shrouds cut out with different designs, you can have that. That is still, and that's going to be a huge thing for me this year, is taking the generic, the basic products out there that everybody has and saying, hey, you know what? Let's make it yours. Let's make it your own. Let's do what you want. Don't want to be limited on one design. You don't want to be limited on 2 or 3 colors. You don't want to be limited on the shape or the style. Let's change that. Let's do that. Let's make things different, and let's make things more fun, and to show and to express yourself through your vehicle more and more and more. That's what I'm changing. That's what I'm going to. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. That's what we need to do in the car community, because there's a lot of stuff out there, and it's fine. It's all good. But let's start individualizing our cars even more and coming up with those neat little things that when you look at it right away, you don't notice it, but then all of a sudden someone goes, hey, that's actually pretty cool. Let's start doing that, and that's the biggest thing that I'm excited about. All the bad stuff, who cares? I'll deal with it. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal, but it's not. So let's look at this new direction, this new improvement, this new challenge, and let's make things way cooler, more exciting for the individual, and let's just create really, really cool things. That's what I want to do, and I'll be hopefully lockdowns end soon. Hopefully COVID could take off and take a hike. We could have car shows because I have a lot. Oh man, you guys are gonna first car show. You guys are just gonna be like, this guy's insane. I'm telling you. I got stuff on the shelf now. So like rad covers, alt covers, fender shrouds, window vents, all that. I've started producing a lot of that stuff and I have a lot of stock. So this is just all part of the whole new change and the whole new direction that I'm going in. So I don't want to say anymore. I don't want to talk anymore. I love talking. I love hearing myself talk. We all know that. But I'm just going to leave it at that. That's a long enough video. You guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything, drop them. I'll answer most of the things. And like I said, just out of respect and privacy, let's keep a few of the other things. Just let me deal with them on my own and we'll get through it. And I'll come out and I'll be better for it. And yeah, Car Guys Garage 2021 should be big. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, take care and enjoy modding while you still can. Those electric cars are coming. Later.